Chargers, champions of the AFC, making just their second Super Bowl appearance. You remember they were blown out by the 49ers back in Super Bowl 29, but remember that was a much different team than this one.
And think about this team. If they can accomplish what they're setting out to do in this ball game, win a Super Bowl, they would enter their new building as the Super Bowl champions. This team has been around a while. It's moved a little bit, but here they are with a chance to take a Lombardi trophy into their new facility. And think about them in the old days in the AFL and how great they were. They'd like to reclaim that glory as the champions of all of football.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their 5th win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for 2nd all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era as well. So this is a town that's used to winning, and they expect to win this one as well.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jerry Tillery busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Round 80! Round 80!
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And that's incomplete.
Rivers pass. Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Able to find Switzer. Touchdown, LA! with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers steps away to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a loss on the play. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Say. You. Wait, 89.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Dancing to his left. Pass incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Rivers on 3rd and 2. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Rivers. Hall bringing it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers out of the backfield. This is Aaron Jones. 6 yards, the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he finds his tight end, Graham. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. As the first half is winding down, and the Packers have taken the lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Rivers. Open man is Switzer, complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
19 yards. And the Chargers, first down. First down, 41-yard line.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check safety, check safety. Alpha! Mike, 44. You're not ready. You're not ready. Behind you.
On first down, it's Gordon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Watch it. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. Let's go, deep. Let's go.
Throwing, Rivers. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
26.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. On first down, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Switch. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Don't let him breathe, defense. Tighten up. 12.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw is Taylor. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. They find some open field here. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly. But the rush coming, and he's taken down. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 17 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, that's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A gain of 22. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We got 4. We got 4.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, hard cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And the Lombardi Trophy is Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire season right here on
check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the big skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Put the numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, what a boy to do. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Oh, big number, big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number. Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See where this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Stay packing nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Get a magazine right away from me, baby. I'll be here so soon. Phone got a big coffee store, got locked. I got some trusted shoes. Okay, 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up, pull up. Head on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. So, I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
They check the tag.
Hey.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Yeah, say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, where your post, the pop in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich and dead trying. This ain't nothing new, I just be 10 steps instead.